Okay, and now we're just going to go over our guided notes for 4.6. This is very similar to what we've already talked about. So writing in equation in slope-intercept form given a line. So you guys can probably all figure this out if I give it to you on your own. I just want to make sure that we kind of can solidify what our thoughts are. So if you were given a line and we wanted to write the equation of this line in slope-intercept form, the first thing that we would do is find the slope and then the y-intercept. So to find the slope, we take rise over run. So we're going to use our formula, and we're going to do take our y values, and we're going to do negative, or no, we're going to do 2 minus 5, our y values, and subtract those. And then we're going to subtract our x values, 2 minus 0. And that is going to equal our slope. And our slope is negative 3 halves. So that is our slope. Because the line crosses the y-axis at, okay, so we're going to find where it crosses at 0, 5. The y-intercept is 5. So then you just put those together, and we know then again, kind of color code this, the slope, negative 3 halves, x plus 5. Y equals negative 3 halves, x plus 5. That would be our equation in slope-intercept form. Let's look at another one. All right, for this one, we're going to find the slope and then the y-intercept. So again, we would subtract our y's. So negative 3 minus 2. Subtract our x's, 0 minus 3. And that would give us negative 5 over negative 3, which we also know is equal to 5 over 3. Okay? So the negative divided by a negative is a positive. Because the line crosses the y-axis, okay, here's your y-axis, here's where it's crossing, 0, negative 3, the y-intercept is negative 3. Let's go ahead and write this in. Y equals 5 thirds x plus negative 3, or we kind of want to simplify that. We could write this as, I'm going to write it all in one. Y equals 5 thirds x minus 3. All right, go ahead and do number 1 and 2 on your own. So go ahead and pause the video. Do that if you want to. You can flip and show your work and put your answers over here if you would like. And so go ahead and pause and do that now. Okay, these are the answers that you should have gotten for on your own, 1 and 2. All right, let's go back to our lesson. And now we're going to do example 2. So I've kind of already made my y and my x gray and my line, so it was easier to see. And on this one, it says, which equation is shown in the graph? And it's multiple choice. Find the slope and the y-intercept. The line is horizontal, so the change in y is 0. Because remember, we know a horizontal line means that the slope is 0. If we did the change in y, we don't have a change in y, that's 0. The change in x was changes in our x is 3. So 0 divided by 3 equals 0. Okay? Because the line crosses the y-axis and it crosses the y at 0, negative 4, then the y-intercept is negative 4. So if we were going to write our equation over, the equation would be 0x plus negative 4. So y equals, oh, sorry, should have had y equals. And that is equal to y equals just negative 4. So again, that goes back to what we talked about in our first quiz and our first notes. The horizontal line is just y equals negative 4. Remember, vertical is going to be x equals. So that's kind of showing you how to do that. So the correct answer should have been A. All right, let's look at a real-life application. The graph shows the distance remaining to complete a tunnel. A, write the equation that represents the distance y in feet remaining after x months. So again, distance remaining is your y, time in months is your x. Always label your graphs so that that will help you interpret. How much time does it take to complete the tunnel is your part B answer. So find the slope and the y-intercept. All right, so the change in y, if I subtract these, is negative 2,000. And the change in x, if I subtract those, is 4. All right, so if we simplify that, negative 2,000 divided by 4, that's going to equal negative 500. So my slope is negative 500. Now, because the line crosses the y-axis at 3,500 or 3,500, so 0, 3,500, the y-intercept is 3,500. So if we wrote that as equation, the equation would be y equals negative 500x plus 3,500. Okay, so this right here is our equation of the line. The tunnel is complete when the distance remaining is 0 feet. So find the value of x when y equals 0. So we're going to do what we did, we're going to find our intercept, and we're going to do y equals negative 500 x plus 3,500. We're going to substitute 0 in for y. And then we're going to try to get x by itself. So we would subtract 3,500 on both sides. And those are gone. And so then that would leave me negative 500x equals negative 3,500 divided by negative 500 on both sides. That's gone, and that leaves you with negative 3,500 divided by negative 500 is 7. So it takes 7 months to complete the tunnel, and that would be your answer. Okay, go ahead and try on your own number 3 and 4, and again, on the next page, you can show your work and put your answer. So go ahead and pause and do that. Okay, there should be your on your own answers. So please make sure that you check you could get that answer. If you did not or were not able to get that, go back and double check. And if you still can't figure it out, make sure that you ask me in our next in-person class or come see me during Core Plus.